Today I want to share with you why this company is going to explode in market value long term. Now there's quite a lot to unpick here, but I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Make sure you stick around so you understand just exactly how much these guys have got going on. Do you have something to say about this pick? Agree or disagree? Want me to look at a different stock? Let me know down below. They are in battery resources, battery technology and battery production markets. So are a lot of companies and stock tips that we hear about these days, but these guys mean business. I'm sure many of you are aware of companies like QuantumScape with a 10 billion plus market cap, Freya Battery with over 1 billion market cap, American Battery Technology with over 600 million market cap. Now these companies all have rather high market valuations, but they're not even really close to starting production. Blackstone, on the other hand, have already started small scale production and they're looking to scale up massively as time progresses. Now there have been stated intentions of exploring a US listing, and I think the valuation would be crazy in comparison to all these other companies that are much further behind on the timescale compared to Blackstone. So before we talk about the battery technology and the potential that it holds, we should talk about the other parts of the company and how they will benefit the wider journey. They've managed to hide somewhat out of sight, sitting on the Swiss exchange with a market cap equal to only around $120 million. Which obviously is much cheaper than the companies we looked at previously. Further obscuring the operations and the market cap valuation is that a lot of their high potential assets are owned as subsidiary companies whose true value is not always accurately reflected in the accounts of the parent company. Now the various subsidiaries host different functions. They have a gold milling plant to provide cash flow for development of their growing array of resource interests. These crucially include lithium assets in Chile, and a significant interest in the soon-to-start production of the only cobalt refinery in North America, among others. Many of these assets and interests aren't in production phases yet, but all have the potential to become significant. All of these assets complement the production of batteries. This will allow for supply chain synergies in the future. Okay, so let's get into the real good bit, the battery technology and production. I'm just going to paraphrase their report, but I will link it in the description below for anyone who really wants to get into the details. They have two main sides they seem to be excited about. The first being 3D printing process advantages. They say these give them capex and opex savings of 30 and 10% respectively. They use a thick layer production technology, which when utilized with 3D printing helps them to both reduce material cost, but also increase energy density by up to 20%. The production method also gives them more flexibility in the process and opens the products up to being used in a wide variety of settings and applications, at the purchaser's convenience for design purposes. The technology advantages from solid state batteries are capex and opex savings in the region of 70 and 30%, an increase of up to 70% in energy density, a longer lifetime, and a 6 times increase on current charging times. They're coming to the table with efficiencies in their technology, and as they scale up production and develop the technology further, I can only imagine that this will compound to be a significant factor for Blackstone's successes. All in all, I think this stock has potential for a whole multitude of reasons. They have interest in many of their key resources for battery manufacturing, and their battery technology gives them an advantage over rivals. This is further compounded by their comparatively early start to production. Their European operations for production are based in Germany, where they enjoy institutional and government support for grants and subsidies towards their manufacturing and research facilities. This engagement from government shows a good level of support for the firm, and they have already entered into some commercial agreements to use their technology. Being in Germany also opens them up to doing business with a whole host of car manufacturers based there. Volkswagen is aiming for 40% electric vehicles in its global fleet by 2030, whilst Daimler Mercedes-Benz is aiming for 100% by the same date. Partnerships here aren't guaranteed, of course, but the potential should definitely not be ignored. If they secure a US listing or can license their technology out to other producers in the US, they could really stake a claim in what will inevitably be a huge market segment. Add to this that the battery tech company has letter of intent orders totaling almost 200 million euros compared to a market cap for the whole parent organization much lower, and it's easy to see how this stock is undervalued even after a minor price resurgence recently. It's up 20% in the past week with recent corporate communications, but it's still down 5% for the last month. And looking at the 1 year, we can see it's been on a downward trend, but we can also see that the stock has broken upwards before. The business is 1 year older than last time now though, and I think that if it does gain any momentum, we'd be very lucky to see prices drop so low again. Thank you for watching. If anyone made it to the end, be sure to let me know what you think about this one, or any other suggestions that you want me to take a look at. Thank you very much.